Now, from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now, heading right on into our Tuesday evening. And I tell you what, it was a sweltering afternoon across North Texas. In fact, you probably don't need me to tell you that. Most locations were at or above the triple-digit mark. How hot was it? We're going to take a look at those numbers coming up. The good news is I'm still locking on to it's a weak summer cold front, but it's going to try and at least squeeze into the area as we get into this weekend. So possible heat relief there outside of that through your work week. Very hot. And in fact, as we get into next week, also looking very hot as well. Speaking of very hot, again, this is your Tuesday evening. And again, this is not a misprint. By 7 p.m., 105. By 8 p.m., still 100. By 9 p.m., we will be falling below 100 down to right around 97. So again, heat safety precautions. We just really need to stress those even through the evening hours, even once the sun goes down. Still keep in mind heat safety. Still keep in mind, please, those outdoor pets, those outdoor animals, even as we go through the overnight as well. So this is what we did this afternoon. This is a big deal here. These were your actual air temperature highs. And in the Metroplex, I want to point out Alliance over on the Fort Worth side of town, Alliance Airport, 110. Dallas, DFW rather, 108. Right now that's still the unofficial high, but looks like we're going to top out at 108 at DFW. Dallas Love, 106. Look at Mineral Wells today. Topped out right around 111. So this is the upper end of really extreme heat we see here in North Texas. Just to kind of put that into perspective, our daily record high was 110. That was from the brutal summer of 1980, right? So this is held since 1980. We were, again, unofficially at 108, but it looks like that's where we're going to turn out today. So just a couple degrees shy of that. But again, regardless, it was very hot. It was dangerously hot. And again, unfortunately, over the next couple of days, we have more extreme heat on the way. Again, more on that coming up momentarily. But again, heat precautions here continue with an excessive heat warning, also heat advisories. Again, like we've been saying for the last couple of days, it really doesn't matter what color you're in, whether you're in a warning or an advisory. It's just so hot. It's dangerous out there. We know that folks have still got to work in this. It is summer. Folks are still going to play in this. But again, that's why it's just paramount. Just remember those heat safety precautions. Take plenty of breaks. Stay in the shade as much as possible. And again, it's all about that fresh, cold water, drinking plenty of that as well. So where's the active weather this evening? Well, it's not in the Lone Star State. It's really not necessarily even within our region. You have to look off to the northeast. A pretty decent complex of storms came out of the Ozarks and is now moving over towards the Tennessee River Valley. Ongoing severe weather there, mainly with the wind threat, severe thunderstorm watch in effect, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings in effect with that as well. Obviously, that is not moving in our direction. This is what we're focused on. Again, you can see that donut hole right there. This is an area of high pressure. This is what we call the summer heat dome, the ring of fire, and it is expanding. It is in full control, not only of our weather in North Texas, all the way through the desert southwest, and in fact, all the way into Southern California, sinking air underneath that. Again, it's dry, it's hot, and it's really not going to move much over the next couple of days, but as we get into the weekend, it appears as though it's still going to pull back out to the west, and it's going to allow some flow coming in from the northwest that will open a door, at least slightly, like I mentioned, for a weak summer cold front to move into our area. Again, more on that coming up. But otherwise, as we go through the rest of the evening and overnight, again, you can see active weather, yes, around that area of high pressure. But again, simply put, we are completely quiet. This is also worth mentioning. We've been talking about this throughout the day. Fire danger, especially in our western counties, will continue to be a concern for tomorrow, Wednesday, even into Thursday, possibly into Friday as well. So again, do your part, limit sparks, and again, don't throw those cigarette butts out the window. Otherwise, again, as we go through the evening, we're basically quiet. Overnight, we're basically quiet. And, well, even as we go through tomorrow, we're basically quiet as well. Could be a little bit of passing cloud cover as we go through tomorrow, Wednesday. But simply put, it's just all going to be about those temperatures. In fact, overnight tonight, upper 70s to right around 80, so no real heat relief overnight. And again, you can see even as we go through tomorrow, Wednesday, most locations at or above 100. A few locations out west may push 110. You can see as we get into Wednesday night, more in the way of 80s for overnight lows, so still no heat relief. And even as we go through Thursday, much of the same. A lot of locations still pushing 105 for daytime highs. So 106, 104, 102, that'll close out your work week. And then there it is, at least some heat relief heading into the weekend with low wind, rain, and storm chances. More coming up next.